Now, students, we are going to study the first grammar topic of Unit 1. This topic is about the use of the verb get to express change. The information of this grammar topic, students, is on the page 6 of your book, where there is a grammar box that you could check. So if you are ready, let's begin. So, as we said, today we are going to learn to use the verb get and the different forms of the verb get to talk about changes. For example, we can use the present form of the verb get, that is get or gets, when we are talking about the pronouns he, she, it. We could also use the form got, that is the past form of the verb get, or we could use getting, that is the progressive form of this verb, or the past participle form, that is gotten. So when you use get, gets, got, getting, and gotten, you could make sentences in the ones you talk about changes. And this is what we are going to study in this moment, how to use these forms of the verb get to talk about a change. So let's start with examples of the present form of the verb get that could be get or gets, depending of the pronoun you are talking about. I don't know if you remember, but when you studied the simple present tense, you learned that you could use, for example, the verb get with the personal pronouns I, you, we, and they. But when you use the personal pronoun he, she, or it, there are special rules. For example, the verb get become gets. Or, for example, suppose that you are using the verb watch. I watch TV, you say I watch, you watch. But when you talk about he, she, or it, you say watches. Or, for example, the verb go. I go, you go. But when you talk about he or she or it, you say goes. She goes, he goes, etc. So that's why we have get or gets, depending of the pronoun we are talking about. For example, here we have one example using the verb get to talk about a change. For example, I get sick if I drink cold water. So we are talking about a change using the verb get. So I am saying, well, I am a healthy person, I am fine. But if I drink cold water, there is a change. What is that change? Well, I get sick. So we are using get, and this is in present. But what happens if we talk about Ana Isabel? Ana Isabel is she. So in that case, we say gets. Ana Isabel gets sick if she drinks cold water. Do you see the difference? Check. Ana Isabel gets sick. I get sick. So get and gets, depending of the pronoun we are talking about. As we said, I, you, we, and they pronouns, you use get. But if you talk about he, she, or it, you say gets. And also with the other verbs that you are using here, we have to add an s. So it's drinks, watches, goes, cries, works, etc. Another example of get and gets to talk about a change. We get happy if we play video games. So again, we are talking about a change in present. We get happy, this is the change that happens if we play video games. But if we talk about a specific person, that is he, she, or it, this is the difference. Kevin Said gets happy if he plays video games. So we are using the verb get and the form gets to talk about a possible change in present. Now let's continue with the past form of the verb get, that is got, to talk about a change. Here we have two examples using got to refer to a change that happened in a past moment. For example, Natalie got COVID yesterday. So this is a past sentence using got to talk about a change. What is that change? Maybe 2 days before, Natalie was fine, Natalie was okay, but then she got COVID. So do you see the meaning here of got? Well, this is the past form of get to talk about a change. Another example. Diego got sad when he lost his cell phone. Check the possible meaning. Diego got sad when he lost his cell phone. So as you can see, it's very simple to use the past form of the verb get to talk about a change that happened in a past moment. And the majority of times we use it with an illness, for example, COVID, influenza or something, or with a feeling, for example, sad, happy, angry. These are the most common cases in the ones we use the verb got. Simple, right?